My name is Nth-Level. Ever since I decided to learn more about cars and discovered the Subaru WRX STI, my life changed forever. Cars and car culture became a big part of who I am as a person. The idea of modifying engines and customizing body kits became an avenue for me to artistically express parts of my personality. For 15 years, it was my dream to one day genuinely live in this world. The day I bought Zangetsu marked the beginning of my dreams merging with my reality. And today was one of those days.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get.
What's going on, boys and girls, and welcome back to Project Zangetsu. Today is a particularly exciting episode for me. We're going to be installing a short shifter. I've got the whole workshop to myself, as well as the tools inside. I may as well do something useful and shoot a video, and I've been wanting to install a short shifter for the longest time. It's one of the most exciting mods to me, I find, for a Subaru. Short shifters are found as a standard feature on STIs. I found this out a few years ago when I test drove one of my brother's STIs, and well, both of them in fact. He had two in the time that he had Subarus, and it's something I enjoyed a lot about driving the car, about the whole experience, because it actually intensifies the whole performance driving aspect of the experience of driving a Subaru. Here is the short shifter itself. It's a second-hand shifter that I got. I'm not even sure what the model is. I wish I could say such things, and name drop the manufacturer and stuff like that, just to make things, I don't know, seem that much more official. So I'm gonna start from the very beginning in terms of what to do here. Just gonna close the door and the window. It's freaking cold today in Johannesburg, South Africa. Those of you who may be international watching this video. So those are the tools that I'm gonna try and use. The biggest reason why I'm installing this shifter is that, as you guys know, Project Zangetsu is a car vlog channel about the journey of me customizing my car to the levels and appearances and so on and so forth that I want. It's for the driving experience more than anything else. It makes it that much more exciting and engaging over and above what the car already is. So, and it's one of the very many mods that I've mentioned on my mod list. I think episode 13, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just go ahead and check that out in my playlists. That's where I break down the entire mod list. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started now. So here is the center console, which is gonna need to come out. I kind of cheated before this video just to make sure I was doing things right. I've already loosened the console, but it's not a difficult thing to do. Basically, there's clips that hold down every edge of the console in place that you just have to loosen. You have to basically first open up this compartment right here, and then start loosening first the console that surrounds the handbrake. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, and then removing the console surrounding the gear lever.
I'm always a winner. I'm always a winner. I'm the definition of underdog who relates, who people rooting for cause they see themselves in my face. Go toe to toe with my fate, driven to be the great number one, treat second place like I'm in a two-man race. This is David and Goliath, view me as a fly, smaller than horizon, but there's so many rivals. My son's in a body that can take half of those bodies and make a block. I'm on top of the dead just to look a giant dead in his head. I break, I fall, I crawl. I carry so much weight that you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of greatness while others stay awake to achieve it. I do this without no excuses. I just love winning less than I hate losing. I'm proving the rain through my era. So even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive. Right? I'm always a winner. Even if I fall, I can still get bigger. The definition of a champion. Definition of a champion. Everyone's a winner. If you fall, get up, you can still get bigger. The definition of a champion. Definition of a champion. No. And I feel like I'm on top of the world. And it feel like I'm on top of the world. And it feel like I'm on top of the world. And it feel like I'm on top of the world. I'm always a winner. Even if I fall, I can still get bigger. The definition of a champion. Definition of a champion. No. Never for titles, but for survival. The champion. I seen role players even with rivals. The champions. Don't fight their problems, they just decide them. The champions. Inspired by people that they inspire. Whoa. From the bottom, no choice but going higher. Whoa. I've been through hell and back, still I remain on fire. It only made me a beast. Put me against gorillas, you better pray for my break. God knows my instinct is still around. Giving choices to those who ain't had some. I use my voice to speak for those who's thinking they lack one. My passion's intense enough for me to use my voice and inspire a group and group of my words as loud as my actions. The top, the dopest to God, the most to rock amongst the rebel and dirt that shines and flows my grind and focus survives. So even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive. I'm always a winner. Even if I fall, I can still get bigger. The definition of a champion. Definition of a champion. Everyone's a winner. If you fall, get up, you can still...
Whew. Okay, so there you go, guys. We're almost done. I've just been basically testing all the gears and their and how they basically all go into place. Does feel very different, almost a bit scary, but I think that was just the initial feeling of how different the gears now are because they're shorter. So I initially thought that something had gone wrong, but yeah, I'm about to put the shift knob back on just to maybe give it a bit of a test drive and see how it now feels, to make sure I've done everything correctly. I hope this has been as informative as possible. I tried to go into as much detail as possible this time for an install video, because that's part of the reason why these should be up there. Some people might need reference information on how to do something on their car, and maybe this being the particular thing, the video needs to be as good as possible. It must have as much detail and as much information as possible to benefit that person in order for them to being able to do their thing. I mean, if this video is the only video you need to watch in order to properly know to do this thing, and you go and you do it successfully, then I've done my job. far. I hope you guys can hear me a little bit around. The only thing that feels a bit weird is getting it into first gear. Seems to be the most difficult gear to get it into. Sometimes I'm making the mistake of putting it into fourth, whereas I should be putting it into second. Alright y'all, install is finally done. I have put everything back the way it was supposed to be. So if you look right over here, you can see that I have put the remaining consoles and things back to where they're supposed to be. They just simply clip back on. So anyone who's considering doing this to their own 2003 Subaru Impreza, don't worry about having to screw anything back in or missing bolts that have to be put back to where they belong. So yeah, that's about it. I've already taken it for a nice test drive. It's almost exactly the experience I was looking for. Getting it into first gear is a bit of a challenge. That could either be because it might need some further adjustment, or because maybe it's just something I now have to get used to. Onto the positives, reverse gear is so much easier to get into now, surprisingly enough. And the fourth gear no longer has that annoying grind that it would have originally when you slam it into fourth. It's a very exciting experience. It's a lot more responsive now, especially when you feel like, you know, driving on boost, getting into a little bit of performance driving. The gears are so much quicker to get into. You have such a nice experience shifting between all of them while still being in the power band when the revs are up. It's just a beautiful experience. It's very robust, you know, it's very raw. It's more of that communicative Subaru driving experience. You know, you feel everything on the road as usual. It's almost as though even the suspension feels a little bit different, just because changing gears is a different experience. Otherwise, that's me. That's been it. I have been Z the Entertainer. This has been Zangetsu. And this will be the end of today's episode of Project Zangetsu. So as usual, guys, thanks for chilling with me. If you enjoyed what you saw, please click on the thumbs up icon. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you'd like to see more install episodes like this. Let me know if it was in-depth enough to be a little bit educational and instructional. Let me know what else you'd like to see. What's the next mod you'd like maybe to see me install, and then if resources and everything else allowing, maybe that'll be the next episode. But yeah, if you'd like to see more, subscribe, and be sure to click on the bell icon to be notified every time I put up new content. And as usual, stay awesome, people. Take care of each other. Stay chasing your dreams to infinity and beyond.